Good morning and welcome to another reading from the book of Job from the Old Testament of the Holy Bible. I'm reading from chapter 23 onwards. And Job answered and said, Even to this day my complaint is bitter, my stroke is heavier than my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him, that I might even come to his seat. I would order my cause before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words in which he would answer me and understand what he would say unto me. Will he plead against me with his great power? No, but he would put strength in me. There the righteous might dispute with him. So should I be delivered forever from my judge. Behold, I go forward. He is not there. Backward, but I cannot perceive him. On the left hand where he doth work, but I cannot behold him. He hideth himself on the right hand, but I cannot see him. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot has held his steps. His way have I kept, and have not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? What? His soul desireth even that he doeth, for he performeth the thing that is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. Therefore am I troubled at his presence. When I consider, I am afraid of him. For God maketh my heart soft, the Almighty troubleth me, because I was not cut off before the darkness, neither hath he covered the darkness from my face. Chapter 24. Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they know him not, see his days? Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks, feet thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless, they take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yielded food for them and for their children. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no cover in the cold. And they take away the sheep from the hungry, which maketh oil within their walls, and tread upon their wine presses, and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out, yet God laid not folly to them. They are those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and the night it is as a thief. Thy eye also of the adulterer waited for the twilight, saying, No eye shall see me, and disguises his face. In the dark they dig through the houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light, for the morning is to them even as a shadow of death. If one know him, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters, the portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters, so does the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall not forget him, the worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, the wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He see the evil, the barren that beareth not, and doth not good to the widow. He draweth also the mighty with power. He riseth up when no man is sure of life. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off with the tops of the years of corn. And if it be not so now, who will make him a liar, and make my speech nothing worth? Chapter 25. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite, and said, Dominion and fear are with him. He maketh peace in the high places. Is there any number of his armies? And upon whom does not the light arise? How can then man be justified with God? Or who can he be clean that is born of a woman? Behold, even to the moon, and shineth not. Yes, the stars are not pure in his sight. How much less is man that is a worm, the son of man which is a worm? But Job answered and said, How hast thou held him that is without power? How savest thou the arm that has no strength? Hast thou not counselled him that has no wisdom? How hast thou plentifully declared the thing as it is? To whom hast thou uttered words, and whose spirit came from thee? Dead things are formed from under the waters, and the inhabitants thereof. Hell is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. He stretcheth out the north over the empty place, and hangeth the earth upon nothing. He bindeth up the waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not rent under them. He holdeth back the face of the throne, and spreadeth his cloud upon it. He compassed the waters with bounds, until the day and night come to an end. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his reproof. He divided the sea with his power, and by his understanding he smiteth through the proud. By his spirit he has garnished the heavens. His hand has formed the crooked serpent. Lo, these are the paths of his ways. But how little a portion is heard of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, As God liveth, who has taken away my judgment, the Almighty who has vexed my soul, all the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. God forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me. My righteousness I will hold fast and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me as long as I live. Let my enemy be as the wicked, and he that riseth up against me be as the unrighteous. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he has gained, when God taketh away his soul? Will God hear his cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon God? I will teach you by the hand of God. That which is with the Almighty will I not conceal. Behold, all ye yourself have seen it. Why then are ye thus gone together in vain? This is the portion of the wicked man with God, and the heritage of his oppressors, which they receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. His offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows will not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide his silver. He buildeth his house as a moth, and a booth that the keeper maketh. The rich shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terror shall take hold on him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carried him away, and he departed, and the storm hurleth him out of his place. For God shall cast upon him, and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him out of his place. Chapter 28. Surely there is a vein for the silver, and a place for a gold where they find it. Iron is taken out of the earth, and brass is molten out of the stone. He setteth an end to darkness, and searcheth out all perfection. The stones of darkness, the shadow of death. The flood breaketh out from the inhabitant. Even the waters forgotten of the foot, they are dried up. They are gone away from men. As for earth, out of it cometh bread, and under it is turned up as it were fire. The stones of it are places of sapphire, and it has dust of gold. There is path which no fowl knoweth, and which the vulture's eye has not seen. The lion's whelps have not trodden it, nor the fierce lion passed by it. He putteth forth his hand upon the rock. He overturneth the mountains by the roots. He cutteth out rivers among the rocks, and his eye seeth every precious thing. He bindeth the floods from overflowing. The thing that is hid bringeth he forth to light. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of his understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The dead saith, It is not in me, and the sea saith, It is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx, or of the sapphire. The gold and crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then shall come with wisdom, and where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of the living, and keep close from the fowls of the air. destruction, and that say, We have heard the fame thereof with our ears. God understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof. For he looketh to the ends of the earth, and seeth the whole heaven, to make the weight for the winds, and he weigheth the waters by measure. When he has made a decree for the rain, and a way of the lightning for the thunder, then did he see it and declare it. He prepared it, yes, searched it out. And unto man said he, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Chapter 29. Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, Oh, that I were as in the months past, as in the days when God preserved me, when his candle shined upon my head, when by his light I walked through the darkness. And I was in the days of my youth, when the secret of God was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty was set with me, when my children were about me, when I washed my steps with butter, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil, when I went out of the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street. The young men saw me and hid themselves. The aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. The nobles held their peace, and the tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me. And the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. Because I delivered the poor that cried, the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me. And I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness and it clothed me. My judgment was as a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind, feet to the lame. I was father to the poor. Cause which I knew not, I searched not. And I brake the jaws of the wicked, plucked the spoil out of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my rest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. My road was spread out by the waters, and the dew lay all night upon my branch. My glory was fresh in me, and my power was renewed in my hand. Unto the men gave ear and waited, and kept silence at my counsel. After my words they spake not again, and my speech dropped upon them. After they waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the latter rain. If I laughed on them, they believed it not. The light of my countenance they cast not down. I chose out their way and sat chief, dwelt as a king in the army, as one comforted the mourners. Chapter 30. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yes, whereto might the strength of my hands profit me, in whom old age has perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Who cut up mallows by the bushes, and juniper roots for the meat? They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yes, together children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And now I am their song. Yes, I am their byword. They abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. Because he has loathed my covert, and afflicted me, they have also let loose the bridle before me. Upon my right hand rise the youth. They push away my feet, and they rise up against me the ways of the destruction. They mar my path, they set forth my calamity. They have no helper. They came upon me as a wide breaking of waters. In the desolation they rolled themselves upon me. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind. My welfare passeth away as a cloud, and now my soul is poured out upon me. The days of affliction have taken hold of me. My bones are pierced in me in the night session, and my sinews take no rest. But the great force of my disease is my garment change. It bindeth me about as the collar of my coat. It casts me into the mire, and I am like dust and ashes. I cry unto thee, and thou dost not hear me. I stand up, and thou regardest me not. Thou art become cruel to me. With thy strong hand thou opposest thyself against me. Thou liftest me up to the wind. Thou causest me to ride upon it, and dissolves my substance. For I know that thou wilt bring me to death, and to the house appointed for all living. Howbeit he will not stretch out his hand to the grave, though they cry in his destruction. Did not I weep for him that was in trouble? Was not my soul grieved for the poor? When I looked for good, then evil came unto me. When I waited for the light, there came darkness. My bowels boiled and rested not. The days of affliction prevented me. I went mourning without the sun. I stood up and I cried in the congregation. I am a brother to dragons, a companion to the owls. My skin is black upon me. My bones are burned with heat. My harp also is turned to mourning, and my organ into the voice of them that weep.